Welcome back to an all new episode of the critically acclaimed by nobody show, Sports Brillrants. I am, as always, your host, the guy on the couch. Coming back after a extended break. Had to go to Florida and not do this for a few weeks. So, a few months. I forget. It's been a while. Anyway, unfortunate day for me to come back to the show after an unceremonious bouncing of my beloved Cuse from the Big East tournament yesterday at the hands of Cincinnati. Really? Cincinnati? 8 of 10 threes in the first half. Not to mention, for some reason, our seniors, who are the reliable ones, allegedly, were supposed to show up and shit like this. Scoop, Joseph, ¿Dónde está tú? Come on, man. What the hell? Both played like shit. Waiters in the game of his life so far. I mean, he's going to do that in the tournament now. We're going to unleash Waiters. And we're starting Christmas. They need to not even start Jardine. It should be Trish and Waiters and Fair and Joseph. Even after yesterday, Joseph should still start. And Mello. That's what we should be coming at people with. If Joseph doesn't play good, you got to be ready to bring in Sutherland. Because you know he's ready to play. Whatever. Ultimately, we're a 1 seed anyway, so getting bounced doesn't really hurt us. Gives us a few extra days off, a few extra practices, try not to play like shit again, remind us that we can be beaten so we don't, get beat by a inferior opponent in the tournament because it's fresh in our mind that it can happen, so hopefully it doesn't fucking happen again. That was annoying. Waiters played good, though, and he's going to be nasty. I hope he doesn't play too good that he's going to be able to go pro. I mean, I'd draft him in the first round, but, I'm also a Syracuse fan. But anyone who, needs a shooting guard and doesn't take D-weight, be out they damn minds. Going to be 20 points a game every year he's in the league, no doubt about it. Anyway, we'll come back with a tournament preview once let's see how the brackets is looking. But moving on, a little bit of NFL here. Well, Washington Redskins just gave up 3 first-rounders and a second-rounder to move up 4 spots. That is the most ridiculously absurd thing I've ever fucking heard in my life. If I gave up 3 first-round picks in a second, I would want fucking Aaron Rodgers or Brady or Brees. There's like no other circumstance that I would give away that kind of draft picks for one guy. I mean, RG3 is going to be good, but that 3 first-rounders in a second, how many years in advance can you give away your like first-round picks? Like, are the Redskins going to be trading away like their 2025 first-round pick like next year or something like that to get somebody else who can fucking play? I mean, how far in advance can you do this shit? I mean, I thought the Knicks were bad. When they're giving away draft picks way, first rounders way the fuck ahead of time. Redskins are even fucking worse. That's crazy. And this is why I was bitching so bad about the Bills winning an unnecessary game, because we could have moved up and next we'd have been 3 picks higher or some shit like that. And you seen what, for 4 spots you get that many picks. Could have got a fucking king's ransom. Move back, win the meaningless games. Fucking Buffalo. At least you re-signed Stevie, so good for you. And Chandler, and David Jones, and Kirk Morrison. So we're bringing actually back the guys. I'm shocked. Thought I saw the general manager said he was going to spend to the salary cap. What? What? We're gonna spend all the money under the salary cap? Holy shit! I'll believe it when I see it. Want to go out? Get somebody good. You use our first and second rounders on the nastiest linebacker, the nastiest defensive end or defensive tackle. Well, we don't really need. We need a fucking pass rusher and a nasty ass linebacker. First and second rounders. Who knows? Maybe go out and even sign one too. There's guys out there to be had. But get one more good lineman, man, because we're a little too thin out there. We need Wood to be healthy. I mean, Levitri's good, but we need to fill that out. I mean, Need a little more depth. Not enough depth of good players that are going on. But if they're going to spend to the salary cap, we actually got a chance. Especially if Peyton Manning stays the fuck out of the division, goes to the Cardinals where he should bloody go. Fucking Peyton Manning. You got Reggie Wayne and Garcon and Saturday who could go along with you wherever you go. Why don't you go to the 49ers? Since Andrew Luck apparently is willing to go to Indy, which I still think it would be funny if he's like, I don't want to play in Indy. Screw you guys. You got rid of Peyton Manning and I don't want to go play for you. Oh, that would be fucking hilarious. And then RG3 would get taken first by the Colts. And then the Redskins, who just gave up all that shit to get RG3, would get RG3. And Luck probably wouldn't, if he didn't want to go to Indy, wouldn't want to go to Washington. He'd probably want to stay out of the West Coast or something. I mean, seriously, I know Harbaugh says, I love Alex Smith, but yeah, you love Alex Smith more than Andrew Luck? Love Alex Smith more than Peyton Manning? Come on, you ain't that crazy, Harbaugh. You're a little nutty, but you ain't that crazy. Man. Oh, that would just be so funny to just see the Redskins get fucked over like that. Stupid Redskins. That's what you get. Ultimately, it makes the New York Giants and New Jersey better because it means Washington won't be drafting any good players for the next 3 years because they won't have any draft picks in the first 3 rounds. Yeah, just wait till they, give up 2/3 and a fourth. They'll be making the next trade, and then they'll have no draft picks. They should be like banned from trading draft picks. I really want to know what the line on how many years in advance you can trade first rounders, but I am pretty sure that the Redskins are going to find out. If anybody knows, the Redskins guy knows. But side tangent, NFL related. Sure, it's out of season. What are the Saints doing? Not paying for Brees. What the fuck is wrong with them? I mean, seriously. You want to be the Aints again? Because that's what you were before Breeze, and that's what you be if you lose Breeze. You're morons. I'm a Bills fan, so I don't care about the Saints none, but you let Breeze walk, you're fucking stupid. And that's all I have to say about that. Baseball season starting up. Great to see. Yankees looking like the world's greatest baseball team again. So much better than everybody else. Got 15 Gold Gloves coming off the bench. It's just mean. It's unfair. Got so much depth we could endure injury to anybody, but now that baseball's starting up, it seems that it's time for me to do my fantasy baseball preview, where I provide you with some of the players that you'll need and the general draft strategy you'll need to dominate your league, as I dominate mine. First of all, don't pay. Well, we'll go auction first because auction, if you really know your shit, is the best way to draft because it allows you to control the draft and you really get the players you want. Whereas you don't get in a snake, you sit there and wait and wait and wait and wait, and then if somebody slips, you almost gotta take them as a value pick. Just because they're that high on the board, you think they have trade value or whatever. But auction, you end up with the players that you actually want. No, and especially if you can, I mean, you don't end up with, like Pujols and guys like that cost a shitload of money. If you can avoid those guys and go in with like a lower tier, you can end up like you don't need to spend more than like $20 on a pitcher. There's great starting pitching depth out there. Ivan Nova, 16-4 last year, dollar. How is that even possible? So disrespectful. Stephen A. Smith would say, disrespectful, Ivan Nova. All right, so here's what you want to do. You generally want to go with National League pitchers because they get to pitch to pitchers. So their earned run averages are generally lower, strikeouts are generally higher. Exceptions in the American League, I mean, CC Sabathia is fine. You get guys who are like in the bottom of the Angels rotation there, like guys who are in the bottom tier of good lineups, like Doug Fister, who was unbelievable after he came to the Tigers, pitched the Yankees out of the playoffs. Plus, if you got Doug Fister on your team, then you can do all these funny, team names like Fister Lubeless, Fister Roughly, Fister Softly, uh, you know, Five Fister Death Punch. I mean, there's all types of Doug Fister team names you can work with if you got this guy on your squad. So that's something to consider. Catcher wise, I mean Posey and Mauer I think are the only guys that are definitely going to hit over 300. And Mauer's likely to be healthy. He's down, but If you go away from them, get a guy who's dual eligibility like Carlos Santana or somebody like that. So when you don't lose the at bats when your catchers get the day off. Jesus Montero, they got him listed utility. I don't know why he's going to be Seattle's catcher, and he's a great sleeper catcher wise to go. I mean, even Russell Martin, you know, what I mean, hitting seventh in the Yankee or eighth in the Yankees lineup. There's going to be guys on base all the time. He's hit 300 before. If he hits 300, he'll drive in 100 runs. So I mean, that's if you got faith in the Yanks, you can slip to Martin. First base, as much as it pains me to credit anybody, Adrian Gonzalez is gonna have a fucking monster year. You need to get him. He's the best first value baseman. He had like a month and a half where he only had like one home run, which is just crazy. He hit 40 plus home runs in a huge ass San Diego place year after year at Pac Bell or something like that. Or Peck, I don't know what it's fucking called. Nobody goes there, even the Padres fans. But Adrian Gonzalez is gonna hit like 330 with like 50 jacks and like 140 runs batted in this year. He's a fucking monster. So you get behind, you don't want to pay the big dollars for, first basemen who are going to hurt your batting average kind of thing. I think Michael Young is a great play. You got the guys who got dual eligibility, Howie Kendrick, guys like that. Second base, Robbie Cano obviously is the, top of the board, but Dustin Ackley, somebody farther down, who I recommend. Shortstop is Drupal Cabrera, pretty good value on him. Guy's gonna play. All the games. Stay healthy. Honestly, I think Jeter's gonna have. Jeter's undervalued. He's gonna score a shitload of runs, and he's gonna probably hit close to 300. And he just might drive in some runs if he's not gonna hit leadoff. So his value's down. A Rod is way undervalued. He got the Kobe surgery. He's like feeling all ready to go and fired up and shit. He's gonna have a monster year. Oh, get Alex Rodriguez on your team, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last year that I'm gonna recommend it for certain. But I'm telling you, you get a guy who can be an MVP candidate for less than $20 or in a later round. You do it. Let the English see you do it. That's right. And outfielders, I think Braun's going to have a monster year because he's going to come out and play pissed off. So, I mean, he's one of the only outfielders, him and Granderson, although Granderson's batting average is kind of undesirable. The only outfielders that you really need to spend a bunch of money on. You get some outfielders with speed. You get guys with high averages, like Swisher. He's a good guy. Depends on what stats count in your league. You got to make sure to double check that because some of these leagues got weird settings. And, some of them don't count home runs, some shit like that. So you want to make sure see the way the guys are ranked, but you don't have to spend big money on outfielders. It's easy to find an outfielder like Austin Jackson. He's like $1. You know what I mean? In the Tigers lineup, it's gonna probably steal 30, 40 bases. Could hit close to 300, score a shitload of runs. Guys like that are not expensive. Farther down, pitching wise. Like, I don't know how Adam Wainwright's so far down the board. I mean, that guy's nasty. Him and, like, Matt Cain and Josh Johnson. I mean, Strasburg's got an innings limit on him, but, he's still nasty. Chris Carpenter, way down there. Like, closer-wise, there's a few closers that if you're sure their earned run average is going to be under 2 and they're going to get the save situations. But like Drew Storen, he's only got 1 year of credibility. He blows 5 saves at the beginning of the season. He loses a starting job. So you want to go with guys who are secure in their starter spot and aren't going to lose it if you can avoid it. I generally spoiler John Rivera, but you can go farther down the board and get guys like Putz, Jordan Walden, uh, Andrew Bailey even. He's going to have a good year in Boston. He's going to get a lot of save opportunities. Even Houston Street and San Diego, they're not going to win a lot of games, but the games they're going to win, they're not going to score a lot of runs. So he's going to, if they win 80 games, they'll probably close, he'll 50 of them. So that's something to consider. So those are the players that I generally recommend. You get a few of the other starting pitchers, like Irvin Santana, Johan Santana. He's actually healthy. People don't seem to know it yet, but you want to draft him soon before people know it. Like Justin Morneau, another guy who could regain previous value. So that is all I got to say as far as this point in time in regards to fantasy baseball, in case I see any fucks in the draft. So until then, God bless the Qs. May they have good practices this week. May the Yankees continue to reign through spring training until next time I feel like it. That's it.